Hi chat, welcome back. Is my mic working? Yes, it's working. Everything is working. Everything all according to plan. Princess Mercury, thank you for 11 months. Is there any chance I'm gonna play the Resident Evil video games? I have a friend who every time we hang out, he's like, you gotta play Resident Evil. So I think we should probably. He was saying that 2 is really good, but it has tank controls, but it's really fun and not that scary. I would love them. Terry, don't think you're the 5 gifted. Abby's in chat. And Morpheus, thank you for the prime. And Terry, I don't think you could get for the gifted. The 5 wasn't enough. Had to double down. Taint controls. I heard this is the chat for big shitters. I actually took a fat one today. Can't even lie. That's how you know I'm ready for the stream. I'm light, aerodynamic, ready to react and ready to play Subnautica. Ready to swim fast. Night Rain with Allison is definitely on the horizon too. LA Noire? Is that the one that's like press X to doubt? The parents video was so funny. Dude, I happened to call them and just like talk to them because I was on a walk the day that it came out and they were like, yeah, pretty much our video is awesome. And they were reading the comments, they were getting a big head about it. My mom was like, I have to stop reading the comments. I'm getting like kind of a big head about it. I'm getting like kind of a big head about it. Dude, it's so funny though. All right, chat, we have some work to do. No one's ever done it like them, and that's a fact. Dude, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up actually. Paul's the 180 to nailing the firebomb, brother. No one actually has ever done it like him. Hold on. View my channel. Videos. Oh. Okay. When did it happen? I think I show a clip of it at the very beginning. This whole sequence is like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Hold on here. Also, he kept going into the menu. He was just fighting the tourist demon and just kept going straight into the menu. Okay, hold on. Let me move myself. He kept getting stuck in the menu, but look at this. Watch. Also, he dodges every single arrow. In this sequence, he doesn't get hit once. Watch this. He's in the menu. Actually, well, he gets hit by that one, but we won't count that one. This sequence is so crazy because he's stuck in the menu. But they also kind of loved it. He's stuck in the menu here. Look at his health bar. That's his health bar for reference. Okay, there you go. Oh. There goes one arrow. Backsteps the arrow. Backsteps the arrow. No damage on him. Forward roll. Never let them know your next move. Gets the firebomb ready to throw while facing the wall. He's facing the wall here. Actually crazy. Actually crazy. My God. Flawless execution. I couldn't have done that if I tried, I think. And some are saying that he was on X Games mode. In fact, he was on X Games mode. All right, chat. Yesterday, we reacted to Prepare to Cry, which is a series from Vati, where he goes through some of the sad stories and side quests in Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series. We left off... Does this man play games? Okay, the thing about Paul is that he's probably top 100 dads at Super Auto Pets. Doesn't touch another game. He also played a lot of Clash of Clans back in the day, but he never spent money on it. My mom had to like buy him packs because he would never buy anything for himself. Anyways, we left off on Children of the Scarlet Rot. So we have Children of the Scarlet Rot left and The Poison of Teolier. And then we will play Subnautica 2 for the first time. Okay. But that's our plan for today. What is Olive Garden's Calabrian Summer? What does that mean? Like the font? Calabria? Okay. Let's get into it. Yes, Olive Garden has a font. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted. Okay, here we are. This is our next installment in the Prepare to Cry series. We have Children of the Scarlet Rot. Here, I'm hoping to hear about Melania. I'm hoping to hear about Millicent. I'm hoping to hear about the gold, Mikkola's gold, and the golden needle. And I'm hoping to learn about that. I feel like yesterday I really like the puzzle that is Elden Ring's story and lore got so many pieces filled in. I feel like I had the edges formed, but now we're starting to get into the meat of the puzzle. We're getting into the meat. All right, let's continue and have more meat.
Great lords once served the Scarlet Rot. Their bodies were colonized by fungus, and towering mushrooms served as their crowns. Odd, but there was a logic to their worship. For to rot is to die, then develop new buds and be reborn. It is a cycle of rebirth that comes to all equally. So it is that the Scarlet Rot is no mere disease.
Right, so what I know about the Scarlet Rot is that it's comes from one of the outer gods, right? The outer gods want to destroy everything and then bloom the rot and have the rot entities replace all the normal stuff. It's like a death and rebirth. It's like when a forest fire burns down, but then new life grows after the forest fire. That is what I know about Scarlet Rot. And that you can craft Scarlet Rot boluses. It's like if fungus was Mormon. So like they love like dirty sodas and stuff?
It has order.
I can get down with that.
It is an outer god. And so
these little fucks
as its vessels. Pests, scorpions, even a demigod. But there were those that would fight back. Like the dancer in blue.
The dancer in blue! The swordsman who trained Melania!
A flowing blade. And by fighting with the unrelenting power of water, he sealed away the Scarlet Rot.
Who's a waterbender?
But the rot would eventually return, corrupting one of Marika's children at the very moment of her birth.
Melania.
Setting in motion the events that would one day lead.
Using the butterflies? Now that... Dude, they really popped off with these animations. Number one, the art style is kind of reminding me of Darkest Dungeon, which I dearly do love. And number two, the symbolism. Look at this, the two butterflies coming in, the butterflies that represent the nascent butterfly, which represents Mikkola, and the... Isn't it like the rot-wing butterfly? I can't remember what it's called, but it's Melania. It's Melania's butterfly.
The events that would one day lead to the death of Caelid and the rotting.
Aeonian butterfly, yeah.
This is the epicenter of the bloom, where Melania once fought with Radahn. With the help of the dancer in blue, she had trained to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot.
Goat.
But in this
Oh my
fight,
god.
She was pushed to the brink and was forced to sacrifice her pride in order to win. She needed to kill Radahn and send on his soul, no matter the cost, so that the lion could become Mikkola's consort. But Radahn was only weakened until we came to Caelid to finish the job. When the Tarnished arrives, It's been an age since Caelid was first decimated by the Scarlet Rot, and it's the worst at the center of Caelid, where...
Dude, clean off the telescope. My god. Can't see shit on that. Like, what the fuck? I understand that Elden Ring is not exactly a clean world, and we're in one of the uncleanest parts of Elden Ring, the world as we know, but use like a little corner of your shirt or something, like wipe that shit just a little bit. Bro is not seeing anything with that. My god. Like fingerprints and shit. This is what my iPhone thinks of me, because every time I take a picture, my iPhone does the little pop-up and it's like, clean the lens. My iPhone's like, you're disgusting. This picture that you just took of your cat is hopelessly blurry because you're disgusting and your screen is whack.
Melania once bloomed.
The telescope doesn't even look like that in game. This is After Effects. He put the dookie on the telescope. Now, some would say that it's not right. You know, why would you purposefully muddy up the screen? But if you think about it, this is just Vati's genius at play. The dukification, the After Effects, post-production dukification of the telescope. That's art. That's art. That takes knowledge. It takes an artistic eye.
Here, an offshoot of Melania's bloom rises. Millicent.
Millicent! Coming out of the poop.
Instinctively driven, perhaps, to defend the rot.
I know this is a very serious battle, but something about it just keeps putting the thought in my head that this is like when you say you're going to go take a shower and then an hour later your sibling says they're going to take a shower and then this is what happens. Because you said you were going to take a shower. So why are they taking a shower? Even though it was an hour ago. Millicent, don't act up. Behave. I love that Vati unlocked POV mode in the last video and he had to flex it right there.
I think the version of Millicent that we fight here is a projection of herself, and herself is currently plagued by the Scarlet Rot. This is just one of many horrors that we face in Caelid. Even the drakes have succumbed to the Scarlet Rot. The local wildlife runs rampant in unending war against Radahn's stoic warriors who stave off these rot-crazed beasts with fire. And the pale pests crawl through the land, abandoned children of the Scarlet Goddess. They possess a keen intellect and have even managed to tame the local wildlife, as has the one who lives in this shack just outside the nearby town.
That's his dog? I guess that makes sense why it has a little collar. I feel bad now. I killed this guy's fucking dog.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed.
I'm so sorry, Gowry.
I am Gowry, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Celia, the town you see there. Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Celia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness. The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent has no cure.
Except...
When the Earth Tree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle.
The golden needle.
Seek the deep scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Celia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is
Vati's about to put Commander Gaius in a
somewhere.
cutscene.
The center of the swamp is defended by Commander O'Neill.
Oh, that's
It's
O'Neill?
hard to say who he once fought for, but even after his lord was fled, O'Neill continued to brandish his flag in the devastation of the rot-eaten field of battle. He was the sole veteran that remembered this battle with pride. Perhaps his ability to resist the rot can be credited to a certain unalloyed needle, for here, Commander O'Neill refuses to die, even amidst the rot,
How did he get the needle, though?
even though he has nothing more than the dead to command, at least until you come along.
God, the cutscenification of Commander Neil. The unalloyed gold needle! But it was broken. Okay, so Commander O'Neill might have been using the needle to stave off his affliction to the rot, but the needle was broken because Gowry needs you to get the needle so he can fix it. Or does Millicent fix it? I think he fixes it, and then you take it to Millicent. He kind of found it on the battlefield. I guess that's fair. Or maybe he just found it in the swamp. Oh, maybe that's why he's hostile. He's going crazy with the rot a little bit. He's going crazy with the rot a little bit because the needle is broken. But maybe it had a little usage. It doesn't really matter. He's inconsequential to the story.
You found the unalloyed gold needle. As promised, I've detailed the secret of...
Someone dropped it. Think who needed it the most back then. Probably Melania, right? Or one of the children of the rot.
Celia, right here. Go on. It's yours.
Celia's secret. Written on a piece of toilet paper. Costco. One ply.
Well, this is a marvel indeed. The work of a true artisan, a meticulous, bold craftsman who grasps the essence of life. Can you give me some time with this? As well made as it is, it won't be much use snapped in half, will it?
He just takes a big, deep sniff of it as soon as you go off screen.
This needle was made by a demigod, by Mikola, the unalloyed, twin brother to Melania, who was born carrying the scarlet rot. Melania's plight led Mikola to unalloyed gold, a substance that could resist the meddling of the outer gods.
Yeah. Okay, so we can assume that Mikola probably made the needle along with all of her other gold stuff for her to help her stave off the scarlet rot.
He
Yeah.
created weaponry, prosthetic limbs, and needles.
And maybe she dropped it in the swamp after her fight with Radon. Because she was doing a little battlefield medicine after she fought Radon and was escaping.
Sisters suffering, but none of them cured the sickness entirely. Indeed, Mikola's tragedy is his nascent potential, full of promise, yet never, it seems, able to see things through to the end.
I have awaited your return. The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the girl, Millicent? I will reward you in kind. Millicent rests at the church atop the cliff beyond Celia.
Dirty telescope moment.
tended to by the witless pests who worship her, or rather her rotting sickness, as a god. A wretched fate, indeed. The poor girl, she never wished for any of this.
Okay, aura moment. High moments in aura.
If you are wise, you will leave immediately. My flesh writhes with scarlet rot. You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet rot. But how? Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment?
Okay, I think I might be wrong about the needle because I was imagining that the needle is like a suture needle and you're doing sutures. But I think they just literally stabbed themselves with it. Melania likely broke the needle in order to let her Ionia bloom when she was fighting Radon. It fell out in the aftermath. So maybe just by stabbing yourself with it, that's what holds it back. And as long as you have it stabbed in there, you're good. But she pulled it out to go beast mode and ult on Radon. And that's how it broke. Because isn't the bloom also right there? He showed the bloom at the beginning. 10:05, so remember that.
One day, lead to the death of Caled.
Melania removed the needle to win with Radon. Yeah, okay, because Celia is right here. Is this where you fight O'Neal? There must be another needle, but when you drop her in phase 1 of the fight, she cracks her prosthetic at the shoulder blatantly before she releases the beast and turns into the rot god. I see. Okay, so that's why the needle was here, is because it broke during their fight. Well, she broke it on purpose to be able to ult and use her Scarlet Bloom to inflict Radon with rot. So instead of it being a suture needle, it's literally just a needle that you stab yourself with. And you leave it there, potentially, to stave off the rot. Okay, I'm understanding now how it staves off the rot. I was imagining just them, like, stitching it up, and then it was chill.
Well, that was easier than expected. But why do I feel so... I hoped to see you again. My apologies for when last we met. I fainted before I could even thank you. Everything is as you said.
I think it is by stitching, but you leave it in. Like, they leave the needle in their skin. She has a backup needle she breaks in the fight with her between phases. Yeah, maybe you, like, sew up the rot a little bit, but you gotta leave it in, I think. It's like in surgery, when they have the little surgical cloths that soak up the blood and they accidentally leave those in and then they close up. But you do it on purpose and not on accident. If you do it on accident, that's malpractice and they can sue you. Maybe the needle just kind of dissolves upon use. Functions like a rust pin, but a softer metal that pulls the rust away from the main metal structure. I always keep my backup needle on me. Yeah, I think the needle stays in there. Yeah, it's just like an eternal tetanus shot. And a tetanus shot, but if they left the syringe in you forever to ward off the tetanus. If you think about it, the Scarlet Rot is just divine tetanus.
Since inserting the needle, the scarlet rot has ceased to rise.
Yeah, inserting the needle.
Even the nightmares have abated. And now, though I can scarcely believe it myself, I can move as I please. Not that I could ever truly repay you, but I would like you to have this. By way of thanks. A token though it is. I'm considering leaving. On a journey. With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall, but dimly, my destiny. It's all thanks to you. My name is Millicent. I pray fate permits us meet again.
Millie Vanillicent!
And so, Millicent begins to recall what she calls her destiny. These memories were lost to her when the Scarlet Rot began to ravage her flesh. But she was born to take this journey. Being a bud of the Scarlet Rot, her destination is not hers alone. And Gowry, her adoptive father, is keenly aware of that fact.
Hi, Gooby.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit.
Don't tell me he raised you in this broken down shack, girl.
I've only found emptiness. Perhaps before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to. Well, never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong.
At least she had a dog. Had. I killed that son of a bitch.
Oh, you noticed, did you? Indeed, Millicent did visit this hovel of a home. It seems the memories eaten away by the rotting sickness yet remain, but faintly. However, she has no need of me anymore.
I love how the old man in the shack who sits in his chair conveniently disappears the one time she visits to see him.
No, she must embark on her journey and stare her fate in the eye.
It's essence of Chloe and her dad being 5 feet apart but never speaking to each other.
I mustn't impede. As I've aged, I've found the best way to aid the young is to be forgotten.
Damn.
Please make certain that little Millicent goes unharmed. Like her mother, she has the stuff to be a great warrior, but commands only one arm and is yet
Her mother.
preciously young. You've been a saint through and through. As thanks, I vow to impart to you my knowledge of the lost sorceries of the Celians, descendants of the Eternal.
In case you haven't felt it already, something is very off with Gowry. This sage who teaches us the secret techniques of the Pale Pests.
Yeah, how does he know that shit?
Do you find it peculiar that I would show such concern for the girl? Well, I'm the one that found her. A mere babe in the swamp of Aeonia.
They left a baby in the swamp?
Daughters. But the rotting sickness erodes one's memory. I doubt that she remembers the first thing about me. Oh, I must be getting old. I didn't always worry so much.
So, Gowry is Millicent's foster father. He's raising her in the image of Melania, in the name of the beauty she represents. But beauty means something very unique to him.
The girl, Millicent, she is a bud. Green and undeveloped, waiting to flower into magnificence. What a wondrous day that will be. In truth, before her, I'd never seen a bud of such superior quality. She might very well outshine her sisters.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The Scarlet Rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle. Now I'm tracing the path Melania took after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with General Radahn in the Caelid Wilds.
So Melania is their mom, but she birthed them with her Scarlet Rot ult in the Aeonian swamp. And then Gowry took them in, like Professor X, and was like, I will raise you in your mother's image. They literally materialized from the bloom. They're spore children. I was a spore kid. I played a lot of that game growing up. Gowry was also part of a cult. Classic. Guy adopts a bunch of extraordinary children. Has to be a part of a cult. Has to. That's why Gowry kept calling them buds. Imagine every time you ult in Marvel Rivals, you birth a child. Me when I feel paternal to the mold in my bathroom. That was Gowry. Gowry's like, my little bud, you will grow strong. You will grow just like your mother.
I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north, in the lands that lie beyond the Erd Tree.
Melania did not make this journey alone. She was carried.
By Finley!
After Melania's bloom, at the Battle of Aeonia, both sides were devastated. Radahn retreated to the Wailing Dunes, where the Scarlet Rot began to consume him from within. And
Scarlet
Melania
Rot
was
rage.
unconscious, but Finlay, one of her surviving Clean Rot knights, began to carry Melania back to the Halig Tree, out of hostile territory. She managed the feat alone, fending off all manner of foes along the way.
Happy Pride, get you somebody like Finley who will carry you past the fields of Scarlet Rot, out of hostile territory, back to the Halig Tree where you can heal.
Melania's slumbering form
Ladies,
was
take
placed at the
notes.
roots of the Halig Tree, and she would have nothing but the husk of her brother for company. As for Finlay, this act of
Literally walked the whole map. Dude, Finley was the first to ever commit the holy pilgrimage. Think about that. Finley was the originator of the holy pilgrimage, but she did that shit while carrying Melania. Dude. Yeah, and Melania's a big woman. She's heavy. And she's also made of iron or gold. She's probably heavy.
unimaginable heroism seems to have ended in her death, for enshrined at the Halig Tree are her ashes. Perhaps she finally succumbed to the rot or her injuries, but she made it. As for the other surviving Clean Rot Knights, some settled at the Shaded Castle, a fortification belonging to House Marai. For the head of that family, Malay Marai, venerates the Scarlet Rot and its goddess to come. The Shaded Castle is mired in a poisonous swamp. Perhaps it should come as no surprise that all of the sons of House Marai are sickly born, and that Malay Marai would be so beguiled by the goddess who was born into rot. There's a room in the castle.
And who wasn't a little bit beguiled by Melania, the goddess of rot? Come on. That is a great portrait, a great piece that could go on any mantle. Doesn't matter how you decorate. That could go on the mantle. You could put that in the gym. She dreamt for so long you were carried from the car. Melania pretending to be asleep after she fought Radahn so that Finley will carry her to the car.
With a portrait of Melania.
Classic.
Even what seems to be a collection of her old prosthetics. For it's said that when Melee Morai, Lord of the Shaded Castle, embraced this prosthesis, he claimed to feel the presence of his personal goddess. Melay's castle has been usurped, and Melee is in exile. So we take an arm from his collection and give it to the one who needs it most, just as Mikola did for Melania long ago.
Are you giving me this arm? Thank you. I am in your debt yet again. I think if the arm serves well enough, it might be possible for me to wield a sword again.
Look at that!
When Millicent receives her new arm, we learn that she inherited her mother's swordsmanship. These arts were learned from the blind swordsman, garbed in blue. He was Melania's mentor, and he taught her how to strike like flowing water. He believed that just as still waters turn foul, stagnation leads to decay. Melania's prosthetic weapon came to symbolize many victories. So, when we report back to Gowrie, we bring good news.
So, you gave Millicent a golden arm replacement. This is a wonderful development. Thank you for your kindness. Now, Millicent may fully realize her true warrior's potential, like her beautiful mother.
Millicent, suit up. We are storming the manor, and we are not leaving without the polychrome Melania portrait. Lock in. And as many awesome prosthetics as we can carry. Yeah, it seems like Melania's training and the swordsmen in blue are directly oppositional to her scarlet rot nature. So she's using like the flowing water techniques and all these ideals to keep the rot at bay. But at the end of the day, she still has the rot and she will mess you up with it if she has to. But it's crazy that she did so much work her entire life to keep it at bay, only to have to unleash it in dire moments. And those dire moments made her a mother to little children who were birthed out of a swamp.
With a prosthetic limb, Millicent's journey can continue.
The flowing water of swordsmanship staves off the stagnation of rot. That's got the same vibes as depression can't hit a moving target. You know what I mean? We stay moving. We stay moving. Can't hit you, bro.
Her wanderings have brought her to the Windmill Village, a town filled with dancing women who have flayed the skin of others. The festival is an old tradition, one old enough for the Erd Tree to tacitly tolerate its endurance. We still don't know the specifics of their ritual, but there is a godskin presiding over it, making the implications of this place.
Boo! Boo! Godskin! Boo! That's actually the guy I don't mind him. He's kind of chill. Back to back. Back to back. Oh my god. Wait. This is just like me and Allison in Seamless Co-op, for real. Except we would've got hit by that. The three fingers. Okay.
The Scarlet Rot represents a horrific future for the lands between. It's no wonder that many are afflicted with frenzy, tempted by the desire to burn it all away.
We meet yet again. The arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder. It feels just like my own, even handling a sword. Perhaps it is foolish to say this to you of all people, but I am sure of my skill with the sword. Thus, I would have you call upon me in battle, should you ever have the need. It is the only way that I can express my thanks.
And so, Millicent becomes your blade. Not unlike how Melania became Miquella's.
Ooh, she's doing waterfall dance. The blender.
Our journey continues into the Forbidden Lands, where Finlay carried Melania through the mountaintops, alone.
To think we'd meet in such a place. What could your purpose possibly... No. I know well enough who you are. And what I know is good enough for me. Call upon me again, in battle, should you have the need. I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that
Oh,
allowed
she's
him to
going
visit
straight
the
to
Hague
Melania.
Tree. Indeed. I believe that is where Melania will be found. The Halig tree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands.
Here, at Castle Sol, Miquella tried to resurrect Godwyn,
Okay.
his brother, whose soul was eviscerated by destined death. In return for their prayers, it seems those at the castle were to be given access to Miquella's Halig tree, but they would never set eyes upon it, for the ritual failed.
To be honest, Miquella probably threw the ritual just because he didn't want this Nile guy at the Halig tree. He was like, ooh, actually, we're gonna have to throw the whole ritual. We're gonna need to throw the whole ritual. This guy is such a bozo. I do not want him at my Halig tree.
Many in the lands between find Miquella's promises alluring. I'd argue that Commander Niall was one such man, for he was given half of a medallion that would have opened a path to the Halig tree had he acquired the other half. In the end, Niall had nowhere to fade away to, and so refused to die. Again, until you came along.
The bird leg is really sick, though.
At the edge of the mountaintops, you can see it, the withered top of the Halig tree. Long ago, Miquella watered this tree with his very own blood, and it was here that Miquella embedded himself, cocooned at the Halig tree roots, awaiting a rebirth. At the Halig tree's edges, the oracles play their horns
The snowman!
to herald the imminent arrival of a new god, or age. Perhaps they foreshadow Miquella's return, or perhaps, instead, they foreshadow Melania's ascent to goddess. The rot here certainly makes that seem more likely.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned. In which case, allow me to explain myself. I am of Melania's blood. But in what capacity, I know not.
The polychrome Melania portrait.
I could be sister, daughter, or an offshoot. Whatever the case, though, I am certain of a kinship between us. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. A sense of self that allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot, the pride she abandoned, to meet Radahn's measure.
Millicent is truly an offshoot of Melania. She is a scarlet bud, for Millicent was found in Aeonia after Melania's bloom. She was the most promising bud of many, in fact.
Okay, I know this is not connected to what's happening on the screen right now, but why didn't Miquella use Godwyn to become his consort and ascend to godhood? Is it because his soul died with destined death? And for Radahn, because he was just killed normal style, his soul was still alive? Godwyn's body's corrupted. His soul is totally dead. Okay. That's fair. Because technically, Consort Radahn is just Radahn's soul in Mohg's body, right? That's why he has Mohg's powers. Another question, why didn't he water the Halig tree with water instead of his damn blood? It just, you know, it changes the pH of the tree and you can get different colored trees. And he really wanted like kind of a bloody weird tree. It's the same with hydrangeas. Depending on the acidity of the soil, they can be like blue or pink or whatever. Or purple. All he had no water. There was no accessible water, only blood. Only blood. Only blood will do.
But buds like Millicent aren't Melania's only children.
Okay.
They're also the pests, the kindred of rot. Melania's abandoned.
Melania birthed these
We always
guys?
knew these pests were intelligent, but our adventures in the realm of shadow have also revealed that
Yeah, they're
they
chill
are
in the realm of
crafty
shadow.
and kind, which makes it all the more tragic that we have to kill them on the path to their mother.
That's crazy. These are Melania's kids?
Here,
Aeonia is what data centers want America to look like. Yeah, data centers are the new age Scarlet Rot. It's the Scarlet Rot bloom. The local mayor has agreed to put a Scarlet Rot bloom in our community. Turning us into the Aeonian swamp. The Scarlet Rot birthed him, but since it lives in her, yeah, her bloom was like the birth and original spread of the Scarlet Rot. So they technically kind of are her kids, the same way that I guess we think of Millicent and them being more of her kids because they're people, but you know, a bug can be a child. They come out and follow the rot like a religion, but she rejects the rot and thus rejects them.
at the now rotten roots of the Halig tree, Melania withers away. Miquella made a choice to divest himself of everything and ascend as a god at any cost. And now, you too make a choice.
That makes a lot of sense because in the Lake of Rot, there's a big temple and they're all worshipping at the temple. Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. So Melania birthed all of these guys and they just exist. And they think that Rot is awesome because they were born from the Rot and thus they worship the Rot and live in the Rot and are the Rot. But Melania does not fuck with them whatsoever. But Melania's existence is kind of tough because Melania doesn't survive her encounter. Well, she might have survived. Well, I mean, in part, Melania benefits from the rot because Melania can use the rot to her advantage in battle. But at the same time, it's literally eating her alive and killing her, so she hates it and does everything she can to stave it off. But it's like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's like she wouldn't be who she is without the rot. But she's also at the same time doing everything she can to fight the rot.
Save Millicent or betray her. You can return to Gowry here for his counsel one last time.
Gowry doing the Jujutsu Kaisen.
I didn't notice you there. Welcome. How may I help you? My apologies, though.
That's so funny. I was just doing my normal nightly cry on the chair. I didn't notice you. Come on in. Sorry, I can reschedule my chair crying time.
You hardly needed to see me like that. Oh, it's just... I realized that I'd soon be saying my goodbyes to Millicent, and my eyes began to well.
Oh,
She
shit.
is to meet them very soon, her sisters, and when she does, she'll be defeated, surely, and begin to flower. Which is why, if you happen to be present
Why are we a ghost in this conversation?
for the girl's fight with her sisters, I ask that you side with the sisters and kill Millicent.
What?
It must be done by your hand, no other. Millicent trusts you, rather deeply in fact. Sever that trust, nurtured by
And you will unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. What?
betrayal, her bud will flower most vividly.
Oh, okay. He just wants her to do like Melania and have to ult and become the Scarlet Rot bud so that the Scarlet Rot will spread. I see.
When Melania ascends to godhood, Millicent too shall be reborn as a Scarlet Valkyrie.
Okay, to be a Scarlet Valkyrie kind of sounds awesome though.
You
Cool
can't
job
tell me
title.
You don't wish to see it? The superior bud that is Millicent becoming the finest of flowers? I beg of you, kill her with your own two hands.
To bloom, as her mother once did, Millicent needs to be pushed to the brink.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing here. So this is your decision. You either summon her as an enemy or summon her as an ally and help her fight against her siblings, or you kill her. Okay, damn.
And if that involves your betrayal, that's all the better, according to Gowry. He trusts in your desire to see Millicent follow her path to its true end, to the same bloom that Melania's path ended with. Perhaps he also trusts that she won't be able to defeat her sisters, even with your help. But he's wrong.
We lock in for these. Don't worry, Millicent. Vati's got enough aura for the both of us.
Hello. Thank you for lending your hand. Without your help, I could not have defeated that quartet. I feel as if I've been in your debt from beginning to end. Thank you. With your help, I was able...
What's neat is that one of her sisters wields the blue swordsman's sword, another the clean rot spear, and another the clean rot scythe. They're the rot ninja turtles. That is sick though.
able to live as my own person, if only in passing.
That is so sad. That is so sad that she knew that eventually her life would have to give in to the destiny that she was born to play a part in, but she was glad to feel like a person who had agency for even a short amount of time. That's so sad.
But this is where things end. I pause to even tell you, but
no, she took the needle out.
Myself. Tell whoever put you up to this that if I am to flower into something other than myself, I would rather rot into nothingness as I am.
Damn.
Please, let me pass alone. The scarlet rot writhes now, worse than ever. Soon, I won't be more than a mound of flesh, curse-laden, untouchable. I wouldn't want such a thing to bring you harm.
No, Millicent! That's so sad.
Gowry was wrong about everything.
Yeah, fuck
Millicent
Gowry.
exceeded even her mother's calling. She accepted defeat instead of allowing the Scarlet Rot to thrive in the name of victory.
Denying the selfishness that would have been allowing the Scarlet Rot to proceed and just dying in peace. Goat activity. Shout out Millicent.
Tragically, she accepts death in the roots of the Halig tree, right before meeting the mother she so desperately wanted to know.
She didn't even get to meet Melania. Although, here's the thing. I don't think she would have wanted to actually meet her. It would have been a very brief meeting, shall we say.
But in a way, Millicent knew Melania because she came to know herself. And unlike her mother, she even died with her dignity, and she withered away for her own sake, not for Gowry, an outer god, or an Imperium.
She died on her own terms. Wait, okay, so yeah, in the end, she died on her own terms. She didn't give in to her fate. Well, she kind of did, but at least she got to choose the way that it went down.
Melania, on the other hand, holds to the remains of Miquella's husk before waking from a dream that she's been having for God knows how long.
Dreamt for so long.
Sorry, why do her robot metal toes have toenails?
My flesh was dull gold, and my blood rotted.
They had to get that detail in. They had to get that detail in. Needed that. I don't know if I would care if I had toenails. She likes to paint them sometimes. Alright, that's fair.
Corpse after corpse left.
Miyazaki goes into the meeting room for the very first time they ever discuss Elden Ring. And he's like, hear me out, guys. What if in this one, metal toes? The boardroom explodes into cheers. One guy takes his shirt off, throws it around his head. Another guy does backflips. Some guy does the worm. There's fireworks outside. The toenails were the first idea for Elden Ring. He's done it again. A masterclass.
In my wake, as I awaited his return.
He's not coming back, girl. He's in the Shadow Realm. Dude, Melania would be an absolute threat in the WNBA. Look how long her freaking arm is. Can you imagine Melania jumping from the 3-point line? She's half a foot in the air. Just lasers that thing into the hoop.
Heed my words. I am Melania, Blade of Mikola.
She's the same height as the hoop.
And I have never known.
She palms the ball with her prosthetic. Just puts that shit up there, dunks it. God, oh my God. Imagine you get fouled by Melania's metal arm. Jesus Christ. You're out for the rest of the season. You're done. Waterfowl dance definitely counts as a travel. That is definitely a travel. But ref, I was floating. No.
Defeat.
Just watching this fight is activating the neurons in my brain like crazy. like my brain is like, dodge to the right, move out of the way. Okay, now hit. My brain is like, thinks I'm in it. It's activating my fight or flight. I'm getting secondhand stress just watching this. Oh shit, what is that? This is just two Sekiro bosses 1v1ing each other.
Here at the Halig Tree Roots.
It's not over yet, Vati. The fight's not over yet.
Time. This is where it should have ended for you and Radahn. But Melania fights for her brother, Mikola the Kind.
And she's never known
In this
defeat.
place, Mikola gave up his own blood to create a haven for the meek and the downtrodden. So it is that his followers' hearts belong to him, and they will give everything for Mikola.
Wait.
When she says wait, oh. Chills! Oh my god. Dude, Melania's just, man. What a freaking character. What a freaking character. Wait, bro. Not a flat arm hair in the building. All raised, all goosebumps, everyone sweating.
The scarlet bloom flowers once more. You will witness true horror.
Also a fire line.
Rot.
Every line a banger, no misses.
The Scarlet Rot is not a disease, it's an outer god. And Melania will be its vessel if it's the difference between...
Also, the wings are like kind of beautiful. They're kind of beautiful, but also crazy fucked up. And they kind of look like the Halig tree a little bit. And they got like little butterflies and shit in them. Pretty cool.
victory and defeat. Many tarnished are no different.
Breathing heavy. Sweating.
With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall, but dimly, my destiny. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self that allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot.
Nuts.
Your strength.
Miss Pap 1, bro. Miss Pap 1, just
Extraordinary.
the goat. The cinematic
The
goat.
mark of a true lord. Oh, dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Left behind after Melania's truest defeat is this, another scarlet bloom, the same one that would have enveloped Millicent had you betrayed her. But thanks to us, Millicent was able to remove the needle of her own free will, and unlike Melania, she retained her pride. And this needle has changed. It's no longer broken in half. It no longer even shows signs of having been repaired by Gowry. Instead, it's whole and purified and glistening with dew. This is what Millicent wanted to return to her mother. Proof that pride could be kept in death, even in her, a vessel of an outer god. Thus, with the return of this needle, so too is Melania's dignity returned.
Thank you. I will not forget what you did for me.
Perhaps Melania is still conscious in there somehow. In exchange, we receive a different needle. Another of the needles that Mikola crafted to ward away the meddling of outer gods. Perhaps a prototype embedded at an earlier time. Alongside it is an ancient dragon's scale, one that can lightly twist time.
What?
Many such scales were hoarded in the Halig tree. Perhaps Mikola thought that they could help his sister. Indeed, the scales that twist time are the key to finishing the unalloyed gold needles, and it's possible this was given to you as a clue. The truth is, the only way to remove an outer god's influence is to ward it off before you've even become their vessel.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it is still impressive and awesome that Millicent was able to resist the scarlet rot, you know, the urge to bloom into it or whatever. But for Melania, I would say the urge to bloom into the scarlet rot or give into it is she probably couldn't resist it to some degree, because she literally is the vessel for the scarlet rot god. So it's just like a latent god within her. She probably has no choice. It's probably like when Aang gets so mad that he goes into the avatar state. Like it just happens. Like your life is threatened, so like the latent god that exists within you is going to come out. She's probably not necessarily choosing it. It's probably just shit that happens because she's literally possessed by a god. And obviously, there's so many examples of her trying to resist it and literally dedicating her life to resisting it. So there's evidence that she would want to try and resist it. I mean, she has that Mikola's needle. She had the other needle. She did the water training to keep it away. So like, I don't think she necessarily like wants to be the raw avatar. But sometimes like when her life is threatened, it just happens, and she doesn't really have a choice. She just becomes the raw avatar. Because, like, for Aang, is it in the third season when he battles Ozai? Like, he hits his back or something, and it realigns his chakras, but also, like, the avatar comes out because it's preventing him from dying? The point is she can either resist it and die or accept it and live. But I'm saying that I don't necessarily know that she has that choice as Millicent had that choice, because she is possessed by the rot god. I think to a degree the rot gods need to continue to exist and spread the rot supersedes her choice of whether or not she wants to die with honor or use the rot ult. I don't think she has a choice to use the rot ult sometimes. Like, it's just like the rot god taking over, like the Incredible Hulk takes over Bruce Banner and is like, not today. But I think she probably has a choice in it to some degree, just not to the same degree that Millicent had. Okay, let's fight Placidus Sags.
Needle must be inserted somewhere beyond time. For Amazula. A place imbued with the power of the dragons that twist time. A place that the Tarnished could reach, but Mikola and Melania did not. In the end, we too become immune to the influence of the frenzied outer god, thanks to Mikola, to Melania, and Millicent.
Waterfall dance! Dude, that was sick. Fuck you, Gowry.
Millicent, my daughter, why would you take out the needle? You were so close, so very close to becoming the fairest.
She's stronger than you'll ever be, old man.
Would you disown
Boo!
us too, as your mother did? We children of the Scarlet Rot.
Gowry has been an agent of the Rot God the entire time. An envoy. Its spawn.
Millicent. Melania. Do you detest us so utterly?
Killed him with his own spell.
We shall meet again, you and I.
Ooh, that should have been a big tip, because he teaches you that spell. Oh, he's a bug! He's a bug man. They pulled off the Scooby-Doo mask and underneath was the centipede bug man.
There are countless pests to choose from. As many times as it takes for you to understand.
So this was our player character for this story, and this is their displate.
Okay.
A metal poster of a frenzied samurai standing against a scarlet backdrop. Link in the description. If you enjoyed the video and you would like to support the channel,
You would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling
Tarnish.
Tarnish.
Displate that is sleek, sturdy, and versatile with this magnet.
Yo, nice biceps, Vati.
Damage your walls. It's even available in Textra, which is a textured finish version that you can see and feel. And if you buy any of these with the link in the description, you'll get 23% off if you buy 1 or 2 prints, and 33% off
Who up
if you
feeling their
buy
posters?
more than 3 from the store. Check it out. Now, on to shoutouts. Please give your love to these guys in the comments. They deserve props far more than I do. First and foremost, to Miss Pap1, who was
Miss
my project
Pap1.
partner,
Shout out the
editor,
goat.
and capture artist.
Okay.
He came up with the idea.
We
of
are
having a
on to our
frenzied
last
character.
video in the series. The Poison of Teolier.
In the jails below ground are the jars. Horn-sent
The jars.
experiments in attaining sainthood. Filled with
It's Placenta Man! Placenta Man cameo. Hi, Placenta Man. Hi, Placenta Man.
shaman kind. For the flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. A fact that had dire implications for the god of this age. Or should I say, gods. Mikola appears to have inherited this trait as well, as they have a second self, a being they can exist within or even independently of.
Saint Trina. Ooh. Okay, that's fire. That's sick. Bati, the production value. My god.
Lands between, death does not hold relief, and so some turn to the sweet oblivion of sleep instead. The object of their faith is Saint Trina, a figure who has inspired clerics to spread her teachings, with sword and arrow imbued.
And her teachings include taking magnesium to help you go to sleep, drinking tart cherry juice, melatonin.
With a mist that dulls the senses, bringing peace to all. And as the clerics spread the teachings of Saint Trina, rumors surrounding her origin.
Those arrows were laced with melatonin. Saint NyQuil. They were laced with tart cherry juice.
Began to grow.
And chamomile tea. And what is it? Sleepy bear tea? The sleepy bear. Little bear tea.
According to witnesses, Saint Trina once looked.
Oh, and the fan on in the corner. Yeah, white noise. She preaches the importance of white noise and brown noise.
Like a certain
And those videos that are like Rainforest Jungle 11-hour version.
young child, like Mikola. Otherwise, not much is known about her. The only certainty is that their appearance was as sudden as their disappearance.
So to me, both Mikola and Saint Trina represent like an escape. They are both kind of selling an escape from the horrors of the world. Mikola is selling kindness as an escape. You can have kindness, and you can have love, and you can have compassion, and that is an escape from this world. And Saint Trina is, you can just go to sleep. You can go to sleep, and you can get rest and find respite from the horrors of the world. So that to me is kind of like their connection. I don't know. I'm interested to see if Vati knows why she came about and kind of her role. Because I feel like there's just not a lot of information about her other than that she was part of Mikola and that Mikola discards her in order to try and become a god.
Mikola the Kind is divesting himself of many things. His golden flesh, his blinding strength, his fate. All of it will be lost so that he might die for the sins of the past and be reborn. As Mikola once told his followers, long ago there was a seduction and a betrayal here in the realm of shadow. The Hornsent beckoned Marika through their gate of divinity, only for her to later descend upon them, bringing fire and torment. These sins have long been concealed.
Then what was the seduction? What's the seduction part?
But now Mikola has breached the veil, and a band of
Is that Mikola's
charmed
part?
allies follow in his footsteps.
Or Dungeons & Dragons
They
party?
believe he will be their savior, more than a tarnished Lord of the Erd Tree ever could be.
It's Big T! Weak as a kitten, thick as two planks.
Oh,
Amen.
hello there. Are you the Tarnished? Lady Leda spoke of you. Another Tarnished, guided here by Mikola the Kind. My name is Teolia. I too am Tarnished, and here on kindly Mikola's account. So, well, here's to new beginnings, I suppose. I'm sorry, but well, I'm not much good at anything is all. I'm as weak as a kitten and thick as two planks. I've always been this way, since the very day I was born. I'm afraid the only thing I'm proficient in is poison. Sorry. So, what can I help you with?
It's possible that Teolier is a member of House Mirai, given his name, his mask, and his affection for poison. What's more, the sons of the Shaded Castle are all sickly born, and Teolier too acknowledges a frail birth. But when he learned that there were perfuming arts that employ poison, he threw himself into mastering those techniques and made them his own. Now he puts those deadly poisons to use on kindly Miquella's behalf, working together with others who are also under his spell.
More!
It says a lot about Miquella's enchantment that everyone here can work together, trafficking even with the forager brood.
Oh, you must mean Samor. Samor is a kind and stalwart ally.
He's a chiller.
Provisions our little outfit. Samor traffics with the forager brood, his brethren.
Huh?
Collect supplies from all corners of the land.
His brethren?
They find inspiration in his many virtues. These are not your foes, Tarnished. Should you spot any forager brood,
Moore was a bug? He's a bug man. Moore is a bug man? He's either a bug or was raised by bugs. Sorry, I was just raised by bugs. It's an old habit. I was just raised by bugs. He's like... He's like crawling on the walls. He's crawling on the walls and ceilings. You turn a light on and he's just like staring at it.
be sure to mind your manners.
So is he a bug in the way that Gowry was a bug, but he's pretending to be a person, or we don't know. Maybe he was just raised by the bugs.
Hello there. Together, we work. Together, for Miquella the Kind.
Would we still love him if he were a bug? You know what? Sure.
Many things
Why not?
we have found.
Samor has a kinship with the forager brood, one that goes so deep that he also considers Melania to be the mother that abandoned him. It's not clear whether he is a pest or whether he was merely adopted by them. Either way, he is a welcome ally to have.
The past 2 episodes have just been like, Melania has 15,000 children. All of them not on purpose, some of them adopted. And you can be raised by bugs.
Like finding things for you, Lady Leda, her allies, and the forager brood. Things bring joy to all. Oh, I know. Give this to Tiolier. He asked me to find it.
Being a part of the forager brood, though, is definitely OP for his business. Because he just has a bunch of little bugs with a ton of hands all over the Shadow Realm foraging shit. That has to definitely be a competitive advantage over the other merchants in the game. Was that bug POV? Look, Vati's about production value. Sometimes you get bug POV. Sometimes you get bug POV. His cousin Tony, who is a bug, gets him the hookup. You want Scarlet Rot boluses? He's got Scarlet Rot boluses. You want some arrows? He's got arrows. You want rune arcs? He's got rune arcs. Did they all come from the bugs? Don't worry about it.
Finally found it. Till we meet again.
This black syrup has not only been gathered, it's been aged by the forager brood.
It's actually been secreted by the leader of the forager brood. Their secretions are incredibly useful and valuable and sell for thousands of dollars. They were aged to perfection for 12 years in barrels.
It's our first clue that their rot does not only defile a thing, it can enhance it as well.
Okay.
Something that Tiolier is sure to appreciate. So we fulfill Moore's request and deliver the jar to him.
Oh, hello there. What can I help you with? Oh? What's this?
Goop delivery.
I have to say, Sir Moore has an awfully sharp eye, doesn't he? It's wonderful. This agony.
This
as
beautiful
lustrous
goop.
as the night sky unending. I don't think I could ever thank him enough. but I'll have to think of something.
Oh, so that jar is what he's aging the goop in. Wait, that's kind of a cool detail. He just has his little goop fermenting right there. He reaches down, scoops some of the goop, puts it in a little bottle for you.
Forgive me. You two deserve your share of the reward. I'll mix up something special. If you find yourself weary of the weight of this life, then just give me the word. Sleep is a balm. An eternal sleep is an elixir.
The extra strength NyQuil.
Then take this. This concoction can coax even the oldest of dragons to sleep.
Oh shit.
For you, it will grant the sweetest slumber for all eternity.
Miquella's charm, and St. Trina's love, for that matter, would have allowed them to navigate the realm of shadow without contest, embracing any that stood in their way. This is a luxury that you, the Tarnished, do not have.
The Great Bridge! Miss Pap 1 going off. You take your army to the battlefield. You peer over the hillside to see the opposing side, and it's just Miss Pap 1. That's a brown pants situation.
Miquella traversed the entire realm of shadow, leaving many shards of his great rune behind as he went. But he only saw fit to seal away one. And this is the seal that breaks when the final piece of himself is divested. That core part of Miquella's identity, his charm, is temporarily lost in the moment his great rune is broken. It's now that the true feelings of his followers are revealed.
Oh, hello. Did you feel it? Miquella the Kind's enchantment appears to have broken. But while my devotion to kindly Miquella remains unchanged, by my troth I am not so sure about the others.
Unlike the others, Leda's fealty to Miquella is not in question.
But they're starting to have some
The
doubts.
enchantment broken. For Leda is an Oathseeker knight, one who set off on a quest of discovery, hoping to find by herself an oath to serve in perfect lifelong devotion. And she found it. For Miquella required faithful warriors, needle knights who could quell all, ward away all. A sentiment that becomes all the more relevant when the great rune is shattered and Miquella's enchantment fails.
Perhaps this is a blessing in disguise. I can wield my sword to cull the undeserving, those unfit to bask in tender Miquella's presence. I should have thought of this earlier. Tiolier. It's true. His devotion to St. Trina is plain to see. I fear his vows to Miquella the Kind are merely secondary.
Okay, so this is the part where she asks you to kill someone.
Of betrayal. St. Trina's love for kind Miquella is boundless. She is, after all, his other half. Or perhaps her feelings go beyond even that. Even if she was left behind, I doubt her heart would waver.
What Leda doesn't seem to understand is that it's precisely love that could lead to betrayal. In this, she misses the mark on St. Trina. and Tiolier.
Right, because Saint Trina wants you to kill Mikola because she loves him so much that she doesn't want him to become a god, because becoming a god is a prison in of itself, and that's why Marika broke the Elden Ring and shattered it, because she didn't want to be in that position. She wanted to be free. Damn it.
Oh, are you not affected? Even with the spell broken, I'm feeling rather lost, haunted by memories of St. Trina, her visage, her scent, the lure of velvety sleep. Would kindly Mikola chasten me for falling for St. Trina, while knowing that she was the discarded half? The problem is, I simply cannot help it. I would sacrifice everything just to gaze upon her.
So Mikola's charm is kind of wearing off because of the broken seal.
Last time.
So his love for Saint Trina is overcoming and superseding the charm that Mikola had on him.
Just once, Tiolier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep, and the remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. There are some who believed Saint Trina could be found within dreams, so perhaps it is for this reason that Tiolier brewed this concoction. But the ebony sleep he created had not the sweetness of nectar, nor the gentleness of rest's embrace.
I don't know what to do. Our mother abandoned her brood. Must we be sad forever? Sad forever. Sad forever and ever. What should we do? You hurt one of the forager brood. This thing cannot be forgiven.
You fight more?
War is tough. His armor is made of verdigris, a metal that is made stronger and more supple by rust. It's extremely heavy, but great weight makes for great strength, the strength to protect others.
This thing is a tragedy. You are no friend.
If you attack one of the peaceful pests he invades. Oh, I see. Also, it's interesting that verdigris, his armor, is made stronger with rust, when rot and rust are really similar. That's a cool detail.
Upon awakening, Mikola's followers are left alone in a dark world. Left without Mikola's kindness to soothe their grudges, and without his guidance to show them the way. It's in this moment that we have the opportunity to guide Mor's fate.
I don't feel it. It's broken. Kind Mikola's light is gone. I don't know what to do. Our mother abandoned her brood. She did not love us. We are her children. What should we do? Must we be sad forever?
What other way forward is there than to put it behind you and trust in Mikola, the only god who really does want to make the world a better place?
That's kindly Miquella's love. Love for all the unloved. Love to banish the pain. Goodbye.
But if Miquella were to throw away his love, what then?
Then he'd have nothing left. He'd be a monster.
I had something I wish to tell you. I'm heading south. I've recalled something that Sir Moore said. He discovered deep purple water lilies blooming on the southern shore. That must be where St. Trina was left to wither away.
At the southern shore is the Cerulean coast. A shore
The Cerulean Coast is such a beautiful area. Parts of the DLC just kind of feel like they picked a color of the rainbow and then just made the area that. And honestly, I fuck with that. I think games should do that more. I think that's awesome. Because this blue-ass field is so awesome.
laden with ghost flame blooms that burn without a sound. It's to here that all death ultimately drifts in the realm of shadow, and enormous stone coffins have washed up upon the shore. Fitting, for many cultures over the ages have sent their dead along the river to pass on, out of sight.
And the giant pirate ship bits? Pretty freaking cool. Pretty damn cool.
And out of mind. This helps to explain why Miquella chose this place for what was to come. The nearby cross reveals that first he would abandon his doubt and vacillation, the very things that would have prevented him from abandoning his other half, whose nectar-like blood has fed young shoots of velvet here. This nectar blood leads us to the fissure.
The old fissure.
Down here are words that still linger. I abandon here.
My love.
A nearby phantom laments, "Kindly Miquella, I see you've thrown away something you should not have, under any circumstances. How will you salvation offer to those who cannot be saved, when you could not even save your other self?"
Beep beep.
Here, down is the only way forward, and in that way, we experience the same fall that St. Trina did, leading us to wonder how true Miquella's age of compassion could really be.
So the putrescent knight is just there to stop you from finding St. Trina? What does putrescent mean? Putrescent definition. Becoming putrid or rotten. So he's just the rot knight? A putrid rot knight?
Stone coffins are entrenched
With horse?
in the abyss.
The knight is there to protect
Within
her.
These coffins
So it's her knight?
are putrescence, tainted flesh that is coalesced into large putrid lumps.
Yummy.
Ideally, this flesh would have been burned in ghost flame, but here the putrescence has dripped into the abyss.
Oh, the knight became that way from the environment. You know, I guess that makes sense. That would make sense. You stand in the putrid goo for long enough, you become the putrid goo.
Pooling together to form the Garden of Deep Purple. And at the bottom of the fissure, one clump of putrescence imbibed St. Trina's nectar,
He had a drink.
which granted it eternal rest. So it was that putrescence became her knight.
Okay, so the knight is maybe unrelated but he somehow became the essence of putrescence and as such is loyal to her because he bathed and was born from her goo.
Here, Tiolier comes to our aid as he fights to gaze upon Saint Trina once more.
Big T! Poison him, Big T! Hit him with the NyQuil, Big T! Oh, machine gun. Watch out for the horse, Big T! He's kind of got the saw cleaver from Bloodborne. Ooh, what was that lightning dash? That was cool. It does look like the Orphan of Cos Placenta.
Tiolier is little match for the knight, and its cleaver comprised of human bones. Inevitably, the hardest tasks fall to you.
Miss Pap was like, I can't get Tiolier to live this fight, so I'm gonna need you to put that voiceover in. Weak as a kitten and thick as two planks. I don't remember him doing this many blue fire moves. Maybe they just kind of farmed those for the aura.
Down here, putrescence was all Saint Trina had, until we gave Tiolier his selfish wish, reuniting him with Miquella's other half, who Tiolier believed would smile for him and him alone.
Bad news, brother.
Hello. Thank you for your help. Without it, I wouldn't have seen St. Trina again. I'm drifting off in the sea of her poison. Soon, I will hear her voice.
Bro's trying to become like the Horseman of Cos.
Oh, I almost forgot. You mustn't follow my example. St. Trina's poison would plunge you into an eternal slumber. It must be me, and only me.
Selfish. He's trying to have all the purple goo to himself.
I am gone, adrift in sleep, so that I may hear St. Trina's lost voice. Let me be. I won't be long.
When Saint Trina was abandoned, their faint, light purple mists became dark and intoxicating, creating a haze that could inflict an eternal sleep that was not unlike death. But, unlike others, even if we imbibe the nectar of Saint Trina,
It's
our
time to
tarnished
imbibe.
cannot die. Permanently, anyway.
You imbibed.
Don't turn the poor thing into a god. Godhood would be Miquella's prison. The caged divinity is beyond saving.
Here, we learn a truth that Saint Trina was privy to before she was abandoned. A truth that Mikola knew and cast aside nonetheless. All in the name of 1,000 years of compassion.
Centrina, why won't you share your voice with me? Grant me more of your poison, that I might drift further into sleep. Perhaps then you'll grace me with your voice. Please, leave me alone.
Snap out of it, T!
In Tiolier, we see the obsession that Saint Trina can inspire. A fervor that leads to jealousy as we desperately attempt to pass on the unbelievable last words of a demigod.
I'll thank you not to lie to me. I am the chosen, not you. Only I can doze off in the sea of St. Trina. Why would you hear her voice when I cannot? If you should utter these cruel untruths to me again, I won't be held responsible for my actions. Please, enough. I cannot believe your cheek. And I will stand for it no longer. I will never forgive you.
Tiolier was weak as a kitten.
Thick as two planks. Amen.
He was only ever good at one thing, but it led to a meeting with Saint Trina, and the most important moment of his life. I suppose he can't stand the thought of not being significant to the only one who made him feel special.
St. Trina would never say such things. Never utter these untruths again.
Look, girl, we can't all be the chosen one. We can't all be the chosen one. Holy force palm.
I will never forgive you. For your trespass, you will know my poison.
Hitting him with unarmed attacks.
Not the finest blade, nor the mightiest armor will spare your life from the poison of Tiolier.
Ooh, he has a little syringe. That's cool. Except these hands, sir.
You must kill Miguel.
Dude, this is an anime battle. He straight up had a flashback and remembered what he was there for.
Why did you mislead me? Such strength, but for what?
You are no friend.
Nicholas prison.
You. I was no good to anyone. Beginning to end. Weak as a kitten, and thick as two planks. I suppose dying in disgrace is fitting, in a way. Tell me, please, assuming you spoke the truth back then, what did St. Trina tell you?
We learned that Mikola abandoned Saint Trina for the sake of embracing everything. But at what cost? What is godhood but a cage? Mikola's fate would be the same as Marika's, a godhood that ends in ruin, as ruin is the only way to escape. But Saint Trina's love for Mikola is boundless, so there is only one option that remains. We must kill Mikola and grant him forgiveness.
You are a wretched, wretched soul. A nightmare come to plague me. Such a thing could possibly be. Could it?
We have to do it, T.
Please let me hear your voice in my everlasting slumber.
Beautiful shot of the Grace, Miss Pap. Great work. Love that the little light on the Graces kind of looks a teensy bit like a humanity from Dark Souls.
Were you guided here by kindly Mikola? I am Leda. Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow.
Okay, we're going back in time?
May we meet again.
What? Wait, actually? Wait, when was this posted? This was posted a year ago. Whoa, what do we mean? What do we mean? What do we mean to be continued? Wait, what do you actually mean to be continued? No, Vati. There's no way. Vati, this was posted a year ago. What do you mean to be continued?
Please subscribe and look forward to part 2 of this episode. If you're looking for some extremely talented people to follow on social media, please continue listening, because as with all Elden Ring Prepare to Cry episodes, this video just wouldn't be possible without a ton of collaboration. First and foremost, thanks to Miss Pap 1.
Follow Miss Pap 1 right now. That's the go right there.
Editing and the overall
we stay subscribed to Miss Pap 1
of this episode. I couldn't ask for a better project partner.
At the same time though, where is part 2, Miss Pap 1?
Devlin, and it was animated by Xavier Lishu, both of whom can be found on Instagram. Links in the description. The song that was played during this animation was a custom piece that was commissioned from Ro Taka, who is a legendary artist that we've featured many times on this channel, and they have a ton of Souls-inspired tracks that you should absolutely go and listen to. Oh, and the sound effects in the animation were handled by Arcane Bard, who incidentally also has some great Souls-inspired tracks over on their YouTube. I also want to give special thanks to Theophany, who created this unique take on Saint Trina's soundtrack that you heard at the end of the video there. Being able to include a piece of their music in our video was a really big moment for me, because I used to listen to their songs on repeat over and over again years ago, so that was very cool. This song had Laura Intravia on vocals, Beret Rahman on the violin, Rosen for licensing, and Theophany took care of arrangement and production. In this video, Vodka did
shout out all these wonderfully talented people, but damn it!
Which had some fantastic
where's the part
shots.
2?
Viking also provided their assistance here. And for the dream sequences, Fieldhouse...
We didn't even get to see Teolier's redemption arc, where he helps us fight and kill these bozos, and also fight and kill Mikola.
For their modding help across the video, but particularly with activating the great rune breaking effect, so that we could depict other characters witnessing this unique event. Please check out Clever's other mods over on the Elden
check
Ring
out
Nexus.
this guy. You know what? Check out this modder. Fantastically powerful modder.
In this video. Last but not least, thanks to Sebastian Franchini for creating another incredible...
As a fire thumbnail, actually. Shout out Sebastian Franchini. Incredibly talented. Dude, are we kidding? Actually posted a year ago? Posted a year ago? When is part 2 coming out? Yeah! Egon, prepare to cry when? Yeah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, you are no friend from more that does hurt. So apparently you have to kill 2 of the peaceful pest guys for him to get aggroed and invade you. The twin horses of Wind Whale Knoll. Story of the Iron Eye. Okay, but what about Prepare to Cry Part 2? What about that, Vati? Wait! Wait a minute! The lore of Elden Ring is mesmerizing. Okay, that seems sick. Lore of the Horn Scent? The lore of Baal? The lore of Midra? Oh, these seem good. These seem good. The lore of the blood. 50 things you missed in Armored Core 6. So he's not even finished with the Prepare to Cry series for Elden Ring? Holy shit. Well, this was an awesome series. I think my favorite was probably The Warrior Within. I also like The Blessing of Despair because I'm a Margit stan, and I love The Age of Stars. I feel like the one that taught me the most was The Age of Duskborn. I feel like Age of Duskborn and Children of the Scarlet Rot like filled in so many missing pieces in my understanding of the lore, and I feel like that was awesome and great. Yeah, this was awesome. This was cool. I had no idea that Millicent was technically a child of Melania, so that was really interesting. And the bugs are technically her children. Yeah, the Ronnie one was so sick. They really went all out with the Ronnie one. Like this ending sequence where you fight Blythe, they really went all out with this shit. Like Miss Pap 1 left it all on the dance floor for this one. Look at that. The POV. Look at that. Pure cinema. Pure cinema. This is a fantastic series. I hope they update the next installment soon or something. Maybe we can watch it then. But this has been a really fantastic series. Really great. The Lord of the Frenzied Flame also taught me a lot. I learned a lot of things in this one. And the lore about the merchants is crazy. But yeah, this is a great series. Where's the POV of you getting mauled? I think that's a little bit later. Maybe like right. No, too far. Maybe I passed it. But yeah, this is a fantastic series. Fantastically well done as well. The production value, I feel like, was crazy for this series. So I'm excited to see more. And I'm excited to continue deepening my Elden Ring lore knowledge. But I feel like this has been good. I feel like this really filled in a lot of the gaps. Now I would say I went from Elden Ring lore novice to maybe like could carry an informed conversation about a lot of the more nuanced things that are happening. It wouldn't be that great of a conversation, but I could be there. I could be in the conversation. I could maybe interject once or twice. All right! It's Subnautica time. It's Subnautica time. Bring out the nautical music. It's Subnautica time! Let me change my category. And we'll give Allison a call. Subnautica 2! Okay. Let me close this. Minimize that. Do I have it installed on this computer? I do. That's huge. Allison's already in game. The rat. The scoundrel. Okay, let me open the video game. Let me text her. This is Subnautica 2. Photosensitivity notice. This game contains flashing lights. Scroll to end. Agree. Holy cow. Okay. Okay, we set our gamma. It's compiling shaders. Your graphics card driver version is below the recommended. Oh no! We're getting in trouble. The intro sequence is funny. I haven't booted up this game at all. And I haven't seen anything about it, so I'm pretty much spoiler free. Okay, let me update. Okay, hopefully this doesn't make everything go crazy. Intro is funny, make sure to read everything you can. Okay. Yeah, if you haven't played Subnautica 2 yet and you don't want to be spoiled, now is your time. But if you do want to watch, like, you can stay if you want to. I don't know. Could be kind of fun, I don't know. Allison loves Subnautica. Allison is the #1 Subnautica stan. I don't think I've ever actually beaten Subnautica 1. But Allison has beaten Subnautica 1 and Below Zero. There's actually a song. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. There's a song in Subnautica Below Zero that plays on the Subnautica Below Zero radio. Subnautic Stimulus. 1 hour version song. Subnautica. Okay. Okay, I think it's working. Let me call Allison. Hello?
Hello? Can you
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, see me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
How do I turn you up in Discord again? Oh, I already have you turned up.
I can get closer to the mic.
What's wrong with your audio?
How do I make it capture the game audio?
It should just capture it with desktop audio. Is it not doing that?
No, it's doing desktop audio, just not game audio separately. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. The desktop audio should just be the game audio.
Oh, okay.